I strongly believe that the book of Song of Songs by Solomon is the ultimate love letter book to the church globally. There's no other book in the Bible that will actually describe the passion that Jesus feels for the church and her beloved, betrothed bride. We see many songs that express and describe this passionate love on fire of poetry from Jesus to the church. Especially, I want to share with you um, a translation that I use. I really want to encourage you for you to download it or buy it or whatever. In your version, actually, I use the Passion Translation, and it's been capturing my heart. It's been capturing my heart. Song of Song, chapter 1, verse 15, has literally captured me for over 6 months now. And if you ask me what is the ultimate lines that Jesus would actually tell to the church today, you, me, remember, you are the bride. Me as well. And a corporate expression in every tongue, in every tribe, in every language. Think about it. All the nations of the world, there's a remnant that God is raising up as the bride. Worshippers on fire. They are massively in love, lovesick for Jesus. And Song of Songs says, look at you. This is the Passion Translation, okay? Chapter 1, verse 15. Do you have it? Open it with me. Come on. Song of Songs, chapter 1, verse 15, the Passion Translation. It says, look at you, my dearest darling. Look at you. I mean, we could go on and on and on just in that phrase, look at you. Look at you for me, when I read it, is like, literally, look at yourself in the mirror. What do you see? What do you see? Do you see a champion of God? Do you see a son and a daughter of God? Do you see a bride of God? Do you see a son of God, a priest and a king and a queen? Or do you see a loser? Do you see someone that has no identity? Or do you see a failure that it has no purpose? Well, let me tell you, I know you know the answer. You are a son of God, a daughter of God. You are a queen, a king, a priest, and most of all, you are the bride of Christ. I mean, think about it. Just like my pastor here says, my Beckel, we have it made. We have it made. Wow. So when I read this in the Passion Translation, now you will never go back to any other translations, especially for the Book of Psalms and the poetry, the poet books, Song of Songs, because it's like poetry on fire. And the Passion Translation has been one of the biggest blessings of my life, because you can actually see that as a translation that came right from the heart of God, and the Holy Spirit is actually escorting us to the beauty of Jesus. But going back to look at you, look at you, look at you from your identity, all right? Not from you think you are, but from what God thinks you are. It reminds me of Lion King. Me and my kids went recently to see the new one, which it wasn't that good. I still like the 1994 version, you know. But there is a scene where Simba is really like confused, and he's in this La La Land, Zootopia, land, Akuna Matata and all that, which is really like a fantasy world. It's not the reality that the Christian is supposed to actually live in. You get what I'm saying? We're supposed to live in a reality that we never lose the joy, but we know who we are. We are warriors. They are fighting against darkness, with weapons that are mighty and spiritual and not carnal. Okay? So never believe it in a Zootopia world where you can create your own world and basically be your own God, because that's not going to happen. We are under God's leadership, and whatever He asks us to do, we're going to submit to His perfect will, even if that looks for us losing. Okay? So my point, going back, I really have the theology of the Lion King. As you can see, I can go for hours on that. I may do a video on that later. But my point is that Simba needed to see himself, and he needed to be reminded of who he was. and he has an encounter, with the prophet, the monkey. I call it the prophet monkey, where he said, "You want to see your father? Okay, come with me, and I'll show you." And he took him to a stream of water, where it became the mirror of his soul. And little did he knew that he was going to see his father, not in heaven or not as a ghost, but in his own face. Can you imagine that? When you look at yourself, that's why, when I was at the movie theater, it reminded me of this word. The Holy Spirit was prompting me and says, remember Song of Songs chapter 1 verse 15? Look at you, look at you. What do you see? What do you see? And remember the monkey said, like, do you want to see your father? Well, what do you see in the water? What do you see in the water? And he said, oh my gosh, that's my dad. So my dad was always in me. I never saw him. All right, now you know. Now you know that every time you want to see Abba Father, all you have to do is just look at yourself in the mirror every day you wake up. Well, maybe after you brush your hair and brush your teeth, okay? You will see him, but for sure. I'm just messing with you, but you know what I mean. So we need to stop this narrative of the world, this secular Babylonian narrative, which is like, I am who others says that I am, or I am with what I have. What if you only have $10 left in your bank account? Are you going to define your life for what you have? Oh, but who you are. So that's what happened to Simba. His life was transformed. He went back and took back the kingdom, and everything went back to being a paradise. All right. So you don't want to live in that desolate, lack of identity, orphan spirit. You are called to step in and take your place of authority as a son, as a daughter of God, and things are going to start flowing. But going back to look at you, look at you, look at you. I could go on this for hours and look at you. Every time you want to see, every time you are discouraged, every time you need a word of affirmation, don't go to social media to actually be affirmed. Go to the Father and say, like, talk to me. And he's going to say, look at you. What do you see when you see your face? When you see your beautiful face, when you see your beautiful eyes, what do you see? And I see the Father. I've learned to see in my face Abba Father, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the beautiful fellowship of the Trinity. All right? So think about that. And then it says, look at you, my dearest darling. That's the way that he talks to you. He talks to you like Romeo. He talks to you like literally like this poet, lovesick for you. You gotta understand, you're talking about the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. You're not talking about this like dude that is like has nothing for you. You're talking about the creator of heaven and the earth. All right, the most important person you still have to meet one day face to face. Are you looking forward? He's coming soon, and we need to get ready as a bride, spotless bride, that says in Ephesians chapter 5. All right, you are the spotless, sinless, holy bride for the Lord. And it says, look at you. Are you looking at right now? Song of Songs chapter 1 verse 15. All right, look at you, my dearest darling, my dearest darling. Wow. You need to take these words into your heart, because it says, my dearest darling. The darling of heaven is calling you my darling, my beautiful bride, my beautiful bride. And then I love it because it says, your passionate eyes. I know it by heart. I read it so many times. It's written in my heart. It's kind of like every word is like, oh my gosh, he's getting the target. He's hitting my heart. Your passionate eyes reminded me of something beautiful. Your passionate eyes are like gentle doves. Gentle doves. All right. Have you ever studied the doves? I want to invite you to study the eyes of doves. Do you know that they don't have eyes like you and I? Doves, they don't have the capacity to actually have a peripheral sight. They can only see one thing at a time. It's kind of like if they want to see you, they have to like move their eyes, and they have to really look at one object at a time. That is a massive statement, because this literally means that we only have eyes for him. He only has eyes for you. And wow, it reminds me of a beautiful song that says, "I only have eyes for you." I don't remember the artist, but it might be in Spanish, maybe. Juan Luis Guerra. You need to learn Spanish. Anyways, I'm just messing with you. I learned English when I came. I was 19 in 1997. The Lord brought me from Argentina, my beautiful Argentina. And I met the most beautiful girl. Her name is Jackie, my wife now. But when I saw her, it's like seeing, Song of Songs, chapter 1, verse 15. And when we got married, he told me in Spanish. She couldn't speak Spanish very well, but she learned a few a few lines, and she said, "Tu eres mi único amor. Tu eres mi único amor." Nowadays, almost 20 years later, she says like, "¿Qué te pasa? Ponete las pilas, pibe." That means in English, like, get with it, come on. She puts me straight. Anyways, going back to your passionate eyes. Look at that description of the eyes of the bride are passionate. Are passionate. They're on fire. Why? Because the bridegroom, king and judge, has eyes like the flames of fire. Because he has passionate eyes. He sees you that you have passionate eyes, and you say like, oh, me am broken, totally messed up. I sin every day, and you think that I have passionate eyes? Well, yes. Why? Because he sees you from his eyes. His perspective is very different than our perspective. Remember, a dove can only look one thing at a time. We are full of distractions. We are literally today in a world that is literally killing us and chewing us alive. But he doesn't. He's not distracted. He only has one object to look at every day, and it's you. He's waiting for your devotion. He's waiting for your songs. He's waiting for the secret place to be with you every day. He's waiting for your voice. His eardrum is ready to hear your prayers every day. He's ready for your love. He's ready for you. I could go on and on Song of Songs, chapter 1, verse 15. I could actually speak for hours because I am in love with Jesus. I am in love with this dove's eyes. A song reminds me? Misty Edwards. Wow. The queen of the worship movement. I'm just kidding. I sing it every time I have a chance in English. Give me dove's eyes. Give me undistracted devotion for only you. And go back to the word, the Passion Translation. I'm so thankful for this guy. I forget his name, but he translated the Bible into a passionate poet. I identify myself more that way as a poet. When you read the Bible, King James is good and all that, but it's really dry. But if you're a poet inside, you need to actually bring it out. You can develop, let's cultivate together a lovesick poet attitude towards God and Jesus every time you have a chance. Every time you have a chance. So I just want to let you know that he loves you so much. He has eyes, dove's eyes for you. And Misty Song says, I don't want to talk about you like you're not here, like you're not in the room. I just want to look right at you. I want to sing right to you. Because I believe that you're listening. Because I believe, I forgot the lyrics. That you move at the sound of my voice. Because I believe you're listening. Because I believe that you move at the sound of my voice. Give me dove's eyes. Give me undistracted devotions for only you. Anyways, I hope this bless you. And remember, you are his passionate bride. You think he's coming to get married with just like this, girl that just like, do you love me? Well, let me think about it. No. He's coming for a desperate, passionate, on fire bride that is going to love him the way he deserves to be loved. And I want to be that bride, and I want to be that son, and I want to be that king and priest that will minister to his heart day and night and day. So I love you, and cultivate Dove's Eyes, Song of Song, chapter 1, verse 15. And here at minute 15, sorry for the length of the video, at minute 15, we say, see you later. God bless you.